Whenever there are two paths to take, the right, sensible path that any reasonable person would choose, and then an absolutely insane, off-the-wall, makes no sense at all path, that's the one that California chooses. The story of California is not just a series of unfortunate events, it's a series of disastrous events that were all totally avoidable. The latest in this long train of blundering mistakes involves California's eternal problem of water shortages. And before anyone blames climate change, no, this isn't the climate change boogeyman. This is decades of monumentally incompetent leadership creating a crisis that we could have fixed years ago, but chose not to. California, in case anyone had forgotten, is largely a desert. It's not California's fault tens of millions of people decided to live here and grow food here in a desert and then blame climate change when there's no water. So, as a consequence of our myopic leaders, 6 million Southern California residents are under an emergency order to reduce their water usage or face a $2,000 fine. Large parts of Los Angeles, Ventura, and San Bernardino counties, which all get their water from reservoirs in Northern California, must now cut back on the amount of water they use, including watering plants, to just 1 day a week. Which doesn't seem all that bad, but it's a lot more drastic than it sounds. City council members in the San Fernando Valley city of Calabasas called the decision appalling, warning the short-sighted plan won't just kill people's yards, it will kill countless trees, creating a massive environmental damage that could take decades to repair. Still, the board of the Metropolitan Water District says they don't have enough water to meet demand, adding that this move is totally unprecedented. Nothing like this has ever been done before. Well, hold on to your hats, because this kind of thing is about to become the new normal. No water, no power, no food in California. Going back years, Democrats in Sacramento have fought against any and all efforts to improve the water situation in California. In 2019 alone, President Trump tried to bring more water to California's farmers, and Governor Gavin Newsom responded by suing him. Sacramento passed a massive $7.5 billion water bond in 2013 to solve the drought, promising to build new dams and reservoirs. Well, our taxes went up and billions of dollars were raised for additional water storage. Residents waited and waited, and nothing happened. In fact, we're still waiting. So where is all the money we're paying to solve our water crisis going? Straight to the California Water Commission, which is now 9 years later finally talking about the possibility of maybe thinking about building a new dam in Northern California with federal funds. Not the money they taxed us for, but federal funding. Where did our money go? Not to building new dams or reservoirs, because not a single one has been built since we were taxed. And that's what the tax was for. Many dams are in danger of collapse, and some already have, like the Oroville Dam in 2017. That has serious consequences, putting our economy and even our national security at risk, because residents and farmers are now over-reliant on Oroville Lake, which annually irrigates about a quarter of all the crops in the entire United States. We lose that, and it'll make the food shortages we're already seeing look like child's play. This isn't just a problem for farmers either, because hydroelectric dams produce over 16% of California's energy, and now that's in danger as well, thanks to Democrats putting our infrastructure at risk by focusing on appallingly inadequate green energy solutions. Agriculture is a $54 billion economy in California, the biggest in the nation, one of the biggest in the world. And now that's threatened because Newsom's refusal to secure reliable water supplies to our farmers. This isn't a joke, and if we don't take it seriously, the repercussions will be beyond anything we can imagine. And this affects the whole nation, not just California, because California farmers produce over 70% of the fruits we eat in America, to say nothing of all the other nuts and vegetables grown in this state. For over 20 years, Sacramento has promised to build new water infrastructure and has raised our taxes for that very purpose many times. In fact, they've raised 8 water bonds worth about $27 billion since the year 2000. And no major water storage facilities have been built since 1979. And now Democrats want to tax us again, forcing the cost of water up while cutting down the amount they allow us to use. That is literally money down the drain, because the aging, broken pipes that tax dollars go to maintain are allowed to leak. No one takes care of them. And so we waste over 228 billion gallons a year. Not only that, but California's roughly 12 million illegal invaders use about 1 billion gallons of water a day, nearly 360 billion gallons a year. Water that could be used by the legal residents who pay for it, who pay the taxes to maintain it. Now, to top it all off, we, the citizens of this state, are now expected to cut our average daily use from about 90 gallons a day down to 55 gallons. A new measure that just went into effect, which means you won't have enough water to take a shower and do your laundry on the same day. Gotta pick one. And be careful how many times you flush the toilet. If that weren't bad enough, our power-drunk politicians decided even 55 gallons a day was too generous. We're just using too much water. What do you think we are, a first world country? No, this is California. So the legislature, in all their glorious wisdom, overwhelmingly voted to cut our daily ration down to 47 gallons. Let me spell it out for you. Water is not the problem. The drought is not the problem. Climate change is not the problem. Our criminal, corrupt, despotic leaders in office, there's no word strong enough to describe their villainy. They are the problem. Their staggering incompetence and greed are literally stealing our water away, letting our state dry up and wither away. And if we don't put a stop to their madness, we, the people, will be the ones hung out to dry. For One America News, I'm Pearson Sharp.